So basically, my India Inside book started off by asking the question, when will we see the Googles, iPods and Viagras come out of India? And what we very quickly realized was that we had made a mistake in our question, because the Googles, iPods and Viagras are end user products provided to end customers in the West. That kind of product development is very hard to do out of India, because for that you need to understand the customers in the West, and sitting in India is very hard to understand the customers in the West. But instead of that product development, if you think about it, any new product is today a bundle of sub-products, and those sub-products are then sent to different parts of the world. And so you see a lot of innovation in India which is taking place in the MNC labs, in the MNC R&D labs in India, which are done totally in India. But the end user does not get to see that this product was made in India, and that's why we call it invisible innovation. So for example, if GE is developing a new jet engine, part of that jet engine will be developed in America, part will be developed in China, and part will be developed in India. And then there will be a process by which all the three subcomponents will be brought together. But when the customer enters a plane, they don't see that the jet engine was made partially in India. Or if they go into a Boeing Dreamliner, they don't know that two mission control systems, which are critical, were actually designed by HCL in India. So that's what we meant by invisible innovation, that there's a lot of innovation that the end user consumes in the West, where they don't know that a critical part of that innovation was actually developed out of India. And so we call that invisible innovation. Then there's another kind of innovation which is not product-based, which is process-based. So for example, India is one of the only countries in the world where millions of young, educated, smart, ambitious young people dream of working in a call center. It's a dead-end job, in most Western countries, and only the people who are high school graduates and dropouts of high school graduates dream of working in that job or would find a place in that job. But in India, very smart, ambitious young people work in that sector. And when you put these smart, ambitious young people on a job like a call center job, which is a very tedious job, well, they get bored very quickly, and the smart ones start innovating. They start saying, listen, how can we do this process better? And so we call this process, we say you are putting an injection of intelligence into a dead-end process, and you see a lot of innovation come out of that. And so you see a lot of innovation come out of the industries which people in the West have given up as dead, but those are not product innovations, they're process innovations. How do you run a call center better? How do you run it with less people? How do you run it with better technology? How do you come up with sub-products out of a call center which you can sell to the customer, so that you tell the customer, listen, I'm not going to sell you just the fact that I will answer your phone calls. I will sell you a system which will allow you to reduce the number of phone calls that you get in the call center. And so that's what we call invisible innovation in India.